Every time I try to stream on this new platform, this YouTube gaming dog shit platform, not made for kids, something goes wrong. They're going to burn in a fire. I'm gonna drown them in all my Monster energy drink. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cool Stream with your host, Hikiko. I'm here in the orange robe, okay? The pink sunglasses. It's wintertime. It's cold as fuck in my house. But this is exactly where I want to be on this Saturday. Pulling up the chair. Hello, everyone. It's been a minute. Yes, I've just been playing Death Stranding. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. I am sorry for all the technical problems that I did not create, and I attribute 100% to YouTube and their little children policy or whatever it is. I go to stream this morning, and every time it asks me, like, do you want to use our new version of YouTube Streamer or YouTube Classic? And I always click Classic. There's no doubt in my mind that Classic is 1,000 times better than whatever think tank came up with this horse shit that I'm streaming with right now, because that's the reason why it took me like 10 minutes before I could stream. I had to click the go live button. I've never had to do that. When I click OBS start streaming, we are live. Now there's a go live button. They think they're Twitch or some shit. Anyway. Before I could even get started with this stream, I had to declare to everyone out there that this was not intended for children. But who am I to discriminate? If they want to join up, if you want to round up your kids and let them watch this, that's your choice. As an American, as a European, as a human, let them watch this deranged 31-year-old man drink his, I guess, Twitter poll voted for Monster energy drink, which I had already cracked open because I was under the presumption that I was already streaming. So welcome to today's cool stream. I'm going to list off the cool stream snacks. You know why? Because whatever reason, this new YouTube gaming studio will not let me indent. I cannot indent. I can't create breaks in a paragraph. I can't hold shift and enter like any other normal word processor. God damn. Anyway, I'm sorry to give you. See, that's where we're talking baseball here. I can't, the insider stuff. Can't do that. Can't show you how the sausage is made, but I'm letting you know. I'm not too happy. Anyway, so this is what you guys voted on. You wanted the return of Hikikomori sips. So here we are. Monster Energy Drink Zero Ultra, the white can, the Boomer Juice. And ironically enough, I did purchase this at a hardware store that was working on my house. And I was looking through. I was like, okay, well, while I'm here, let's see if they have any Monster Energy Drink. Because it's been a long time since I've had one. In fact, the last time I had a Monster Energy Drink was... Remember this guy? Good old Hassie, Recover. Kirk Almighty, he had brought me... he made a vinyl wrap for this Hassie can, like this custom one. And it has even the little green little lip up there. And it was a monster green, like the same one Norman Reedus drinks in this game. That's what I drank in the video, and that's the last time I've had a Monster. Not a big fan of it. The only good Monster Energy drink I like is the Monster Rehab. It's like a mixture of tea, a mixture of energy drink. It's good shit. But I don't drink energy drinks. I drink coffee. Okay, that's where I am at this stage of my life. I had a Red Bull every once in a while. I knew a girl once that drank Red Bulls every morning that it started like, she started smelling it like Red Bull. Like within a 5-foot proximity of her, if you smelled Red Bull, you knew she was somewhere near you. Okay? I never got that hype about energy drinks. So I'm going to pretend like I'm cracking this open. I actually had a pretty good rant that I got started. I was so hyped. But I was talking about podcasts. And, when a friend recommends you a podcast and you've already got some you listen to and you've got to burn through those before you'll get to your friend's recommendation. Well, I had a friend recommend me this podcast called True Crime Garage. And I do like true crime. I like unsolved mysteries. One I've been following is called The Delphi murders. And Stratos, thank you for the super chat. I will read that in just a moment. So I've been listening to True Crime Garage, and a big pet peeve of mine, like when I know your podcast is going to start off shitty, is whenever you hear the and then the sound of pouring into a cup. Anytime you start your podcast off with cracking open a cold one and pouring it into a glass, I know I'm in for some terrible fucking shit, and I wasn't wrong. It was one of the most boring podcasts I ever listened to. There was no research. There was just two old guys just talking about beer and, oh yeah, somebody got murdered and we don't have any facts or details and we've got no insight on this case whatsoever. Anyway, without any further ado, I've been trying to avoid this because I've already tasted this. I cracked it open thinking I was live. Let's give it a Hikikomori sip. Oh, yeah, it doesn't taste all that good. All right, it's like a Fresca. You ever had a Fresca? A grapefruit juice? This one tastes like more of that fake sugar. I went to zero. I went to 0 calories, 0 sugar because I don't like to drink my calories. Okay? Ketos, Atkins, all that stuff. Paleo. I'm on it. I'm on all of them. Anyway, more stream snacks. I got one value generic brand banana. Not Dole. Not Chiquita. Generic. I believe it's called That's Smart. That's Smart. You're saving your pennies. It's just a banana. Brand banana. I got a can of mixed nuts that I've just been plowing through, man, while I've been playing Death Stranding. Okay? It's good. It's like 50% nuts. It's actually like 75% peanuts and then like 25% some of the stuff you actually want to eat. And then I got this Koriyama's Korean cheesecake from last night. Okay? Those are the stream snacks. YouTube won't let me post them anymore. I'm pissed about that. Now, thank you so much to Stratos Radio Blues for the super chat. I haven't been able to catch your stream since Harry Potter. Dang, that's a long time. That was almost last year. Hopefully this pittance will make up for the transgressions. Is DS worth the hype? Because I am making a Vaporwave playlist for my travels. That would be perfect. It'd certainly beat the playlist that Kojima, what do they call that, curated? I'm not a fan of the tunes that Kojima chose for Death Stranding. And it's strange because Kojima and I like a lot of the same music. Yesterday I was wearing my Morrissey shirt. I don't have it on. Slow Dive. Like, he had members of Slow Dive in his studio. I don't know what was going on there. But yes, you might have to curate your own playlist. But beyond that, I don't have too many complaints with it. I'm not going to get into spoiler territory in this stream, and I hope my name for the stream came out. Death Stranding 5-star road crew, cool stream. Just going to be focusing on side missions, paving some roads, showing off nifty gadgets, and then, cracking some jokes. But I'm saving most of it for the video itself, okay? Okay. Pink Shades. Let me give a shout out to everyone who joined us. Waller Waltzviki, Ben Aaron, Luis Rodriguez, Frankie Fonseca, and I think that's everyone. And Stratos, of course. Thank you guys for joining on this cool stream. It finally happened. Now, let's transition over to game mode. I'm hyped as fuck because of that boomer juice. How did they live drinking that all the time? All right, so right now I'm fast traveling to like one of the, I wouldn't call it the first area of the game. It's like 25% of the way through, so it's not like super spoilery. When you fast travel in this game, you lose most of your gear at the place, your initial starting point, so your destination. You kind of go light, so it prevents you from like fast traveling and just breaking the game essentially. Anyway, let's gear up. I warped to a place that ran out of Monster Energy drink, but Norman Reedus always carries his monster with him, okay? Got the pink shades. Reedus is a fan of the cool stream, okay? His name is Sam. Sam Porter Bridges. You'll be reminded of that every time you go to each one of these depots. So I chugged 2 of these. We're drinking Generic Brain Steel Reserve. I think that's Porter Energy drink. I gotta take these off. Yeah, it's like, zoom in here. Timefall Porter. Okay, it's the Milwaukee's best of wherever this is. We gotta eat bugs. Save the environment. Don't you want to eat bugs? You got to. Don't you care about the environment? Reedus does. Eat bugs. All right. We got 14 people in here. Welcome, everyone. I've been very hyped. This is all I've been playing all month. Ever since the game came out, like on the weekends, I've been putting in like 12 hours a day. On the weekdays, I've been doing about 5 each. And I just get so lost in the side quests. This is why I never really play open world games, is because that's all I do, is I get caught up in the minutia. So, what we're doing right now is just side stuff, building roads. So we're going to get into a flow here. Just a moment. My softbox is blinding the screen here. How's that? That's a little better. I'm in the dark, but that's okay. It's more cyberpunk this way. And I can't play with these. As cool as they are, I can't play with them. I got myopia. All right, so let me explain what's going on here without spoiling it. So you are a package delivery man, of course, the Amazon memes, all that shit. But there's more to it than that. Like, it's more of a systems and efficiency kind of game, like where you wanna like build better routes to carry equipment and to enhance the technology of a given era, and also to bring it, like, kind of get get rid of the bad guys in an area, kind of like cleansing the land in an Okami fashion. So yeah, there's a lot going on here more than package delivery, but we're going to be focusing on package delivery. Here's my porter card. This tells you what kind of courier I am. Currently, I'm 234. I've put a lot of time into this game. It says 48 hours. We're about 50 hours into this. I'm only on episode 8 at the moment, so I think there's 14 episodes. You can tell I've just been getting lost in all the side stuff because it's just really addicting. And streams don't do it justice. Little videos convincing you to play it probably won't do it justice. Why would I even make the video? Is what I'm saying. Why bother? You just got to play it for yourself. And you'll know about 3 or 4 hours in if it's a game for you. So rent it, feel it out, play it at a friend's house. But you just got to play for yourself, okay? That's the review so far. No, there's more to it. I've been writing a lot on it. Bro, a good energy tastes like happiness. I prefer Rockstar. I don't know if I've had a Rockstar energy drink. I haven't. At least it isn't Pabst Blue. I wanted to go down here and check my gear. I just got some abilities to customize my pack. So right now I have this thing called a stabilizer, which prevents me from tipping over. It just sends like an electromagnetic pulse to prevent me from tipping over. But you can also do other things, like you can add stuff like extra grenades, battery for like your vehicles or for your gadgets, utility pouches. So this adds additional space on your bag, and spare ammo. Anyway, stabilizer's good for now. I was just double checking on that. Okay, we're good. Sorry, a little prep work is needed before you go out on your runs. Also, I can take a shower, but I don't need to right now. I wonder why I ran out of Monster Energy drink. He used to have it. He has it in his canteen. Yeah, I'm chasing those 5-star Yelp reviews. I've gotten, I think, 4 of them, 5-star relationships, but it's either you stay in one spot and you grind out all those missions or you move on. So eventually, like, I get to a point where I want to move on. So, I just sent the bots out on another quest. And, I have to go by and check on people because I just got an upgrade on this, on my dog tags. So I can upgrade this network. Basically, I'm also a Google Fiber technician. And I'm increasing what they call the chiral network, which is somewhat internet, somewhat, I don't know, satellite comm link. All right. Let's get a garage going. We got to get our little bike. By the way, if any of you guys want to add me as part of your strand, it's Miles Chan. I don't know how you can add friends. I've only ran into randos so far. Okay, we're going to build a new bike. I'm thinking of a long range. Yeah, we're going to do a truck because I'm going to be hauling a lot of materials. So we're going to craft that real quick. Can you guys hear the game all right? There's not a lot of music going on. It's kind of an ambient game. Let's deck it out. Of course, we go in Hikiko colors. Do. Yeah, we'll get that green top. Done. So you unlock all sorts of vehicles, and the further you build relationships with people and get like a higher star ranking, you get better vehicles. And this, like, they each serve different purposes. So this is like a cargo haul-in-one. And you can, like, store materials in places. So, like, right now, I'm going to need some metal and ceramics to build more roads. That's, like, one of my focuses right now. So this place doesn't have a whole lot because I've probably drained it. But, yeah, we'll just take that for now. We'll start small. I'm going to build up my crew because I fast traveled. So once you fast travel, you don't have all the same equipment. So right now I don't even have my power legs. Power legs allow you to do all sorts of things. So there's like 3 different varieties that I know of so far. There's power, which allows you to carry more stuff at a time. There's speed, which allows you to run faster. And then there's all-terrain. And all-terrain allows you to, like, traverse mountains and rocky areas and all that good stuff. We'll get some boots. Yeah, this place is tapped for materials, so I'm probably not going to get everything here. We're going to put on some new shoes. Put on these power gloves. They allow me to climb. And then I will go to another place and craft some legs. Okay, so I can dump off all this crap into the vehicle. Lighten my load a little bit. Alright, game's on. Sorry, there's a little prep work in order. Okay, the first thing I want to do is go to this engineer guy, because I know he has materials. We're going to have him craft me a new gun and some legs, and then I'm going to go raid one of the camps for materials. I built this road that you see right now. While I'm on the road, it doesn't drain my battery in the bottom left over there, where my Hikikomori cool stream is blocking out. There's a little battery life on there. The more relationships you build, the better vehicles, so longer battery life, higher durability, that stuff. The main rival crew here, they're called mules, and they're package-obsessed thieves. And they'll stop at nothing. Whoa, 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 whoa. And they'll stop at nothing to steal your packages. I will say the vehicle control has a lot to be desired. You have to kind of get used to the wonky weightiness of it, but we're going to say what's up to this engineer. It's been a minute. All right. While I'm in the menu here, let me read a little chat. Do you think the private room in this game is inspired by Deadly Premonition? I don't know about that. I can see it. Like in Metal Gear 5, there's one thing that stood out to me that kind of seemed Deadly Premonition inspired, and that was like when Punish Snake or Venom Snake would smoke a cigarette to pass time. I was like, was that a nod to Swery? But Kojima's been around long enough that I wouldn't necessarily call him a thief. Like, he may have created some stuff that I'm not aware of. I want to say that there was something else that he created that was somewhat like the private room. But I like it. I mean, that's been something you can find in a lot of Japanese games, like wherever you have a home base that you can deck out over time. Okay, so I got a bola gun, and I got the power skeleton. Let's make sure that's equipped. They basically give me robot legs. Like, he's got like a little RoboCop swag going to him. Let me make sure I got everything else I need. I don't really use grenades all that much. I don't use live rounds. This area that I'm in right now has like level 1 guards, so they're just pushovers. Also, on me, I've got Monster Energy drink and a canteen. And I've got all sorts of accessories. So let's equip... Not those sandals. Oops. We'll get the boots back on. This weapon wheel's a little strange. Okay, we got that. Let's get our trucker cap. Alright, we're good to go. So we're going to raid this nearby camp for ceramics. This is one of the best places to grind. Just like mule camps, if you're looking to build roads, that's where you go. I'll try and explain little things as I go on. So it kind of has a passive Dark Souls online feature, like where people will build structures or leave you tips, and they'll appear in your world. Same thing with packages. And some are useful, some aren't. Most are useful, though. And you can give them thumbs up and stuff like that, likes. Okay, so we're doing a little raid here. I've got a bola gun. In this game, you don't want to kill anyone. There's a story-centric reason for why you don't want to kill anyone, so I tranquilize, and you just use the bola gun and kick them in the face. Currently, my bola gun's only level 2, so it has like a lower chance of knocking him out, so that means I'll have to kind of Silent Hill them, go in and give them a little, what do they call that, a double tap, if you will, go in with the kick. Oops, missed my bola. I can't think of many games that use bolas. Oh, it wrapped around that pole. I can't think of many games that use bolas as a weapon, but they were always so cool, like when you see them in movies. One game that comes to mind is Star Tropics. They always had those weird weapons that Mike would use, and bolas were one of the best weapons against a certain boss. Yeah, these level 1 guards are pushovers. I've got power gloves on, which enhance my punches. You kick. So there's other guards patrolling the areas. You saw their orange radar go off there. They can detect your position. If you time it just right, you can fire off your radar and neutralize it, but I've never been able to do it yet. I'm really bad at timing. Okay. I think that's most of them. I haven't got the notification. After you clear out all the mules, porters will come by, like just guys that are part of bridges, and they'll come and pick up some materials and add them to a nearby town, which is neat. But I ain't got time to wait around for them, so let's collect some metals. I believe where I'm at right now, I can collect up to 300 kilograms at a time. I don't know the conversion to pounds. I'm bad at that. But you can level up Sam, and he can carry more. And he can also carry some in his hands, too. Depending on what you're wearing will determine his stability, so like whether or not he's going to fall over. Hey, there he is. Ooh, yeah. Got him. Alright, so now we got that notification that you can't read because Kojima went with a shitty color for his text. All of his text blends in with the background gradients. It's tiny. We're talking like Dead Rising on a standard definition television tiny font. Like, I hope they patch that in because that's my primary gripe is I have trouble reading the notifications, and there's a ton of them. They throw a ton of notifications of changes going on in the world at you. So right now I'm grinding materials, clearing out camps. I'll show off some more gadgets. There's a lot more gadgets going on here. We'll get rid of that, and we'll just stow it away, and then boom. Easy as that. All right, let's read some chat. A bit late, but what do you think of Shenmue 3 having a 2-day review embargo if you like the series? I do like Shenmue 1. I've played that to completion 3 times. Back when the Dreamcast was like 2 or 3 years old. Like after it went out of business, I picked it up on clearance and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I feel it's very dated. Yakuza certainly surpassed it in almost every conceivable regard. Even though they're like kind of like Shenmue is more of a slice of life drama, a slow burning drama. I've made fun of it quite a bit, and I've made fun of Shenmue fans a lot on my channel, so much so that they've left me some very nasty comments, but that's alright, they're very well warranted. I've said some terrible shit about Yu Suzuki on multiple occasions as a joke. Shenmue 3, since conception, I thought logistically it makes no sense, and it's gonna just disappoint people. But for me, I'll probably pick it up later on down the road and play it. It's not something I was ever eager to play. I just kind of was like, this is just going to disappoint a lot of people. That's all I thought. People's expectations meeting up with nostalgia never really plays out too well. That's where I'm at. And from what I've seen, I'm not going to try and judge a book by its cover. It looks very PlayStation 2 in quality, which is appealing to me. So it does look kind of good in a very B-movie cheesy way. So I'm going in with low expectations as it is, so I'll probably be impressed, or I'll probably find it charming. But I don't know what people expect out of it. Oops, that's the truck. But this is one of those situations to where people, they put their money in. They put their money into the project. So, of course, you're going to have some salty people walk away from it because it's not going to live up to their expectations. Or I feel gypped, or Suzuki's a con man. So, prepare for that. Prepare for day one glitches and patches and all that shit. But beyond that, I haven't followed anything. I kind of like to go in blind, and I kind of like to close my ears to what everyone else is saying and just experience it for myself. I'm old school in that regard. But you get what you pay for, and Shenmue 3 didn't have all that high of a budget, so you have to kind of taper your expectations. I've been hearing a lot of grief about Death Stranding, which I'll go into on my video a little bit. I don't want to give away all my thoughts just yet, but I am thinking that people are putting Kojima on this huge pedestal for better or worse, and that's kind of soured a lot of people's impression of the game, or set their expectations too high instead of just enjoying it for what it is. And that's a shame, because I think there's a lot of enjoyable shit in here. It's not perfect, but it's certainly not as terrible, or I'm not going to go out on a limb and call Kojima a hack or all this other, I don't know, spin that people are putting this game through. It's unwarranted, I think. I don't think Kojima was trying to con anyone, or people are trying, like Sony was trying to cover up this massive failure by, keeping trailers subtle. Kojima kind of tends to do that as it is. He likes to be a master of subversion, or, a Rian Johnson, if you will, for better or worse. Do I agree with it? No. I don't agree with him kind of being coy about it, but Kojima's gonna Kojima in that sense. He's always kind of been pretentious. I love that about him. I love that we got a true auteur behind the wheel. I like that we have some people in our video game industry that can sell a project by name alone. That means that we've grown quite a bit, that we've gotten somewhere. So it's all right with me. I'm not out for blood. Uh, I think it's one of the biggest risks he's ever taken, for sure. You know, like if you're gonna make a grand departure, like he didn't go the easy Keiji Inafune route and just make the same shit again with a different coat of paint. This is in no regards a Metal Gear kind of game. It has some Kojima-isms about it. It has more of a Metal Gear 3 approach to wherever you spend a lot of time in menus and micromanaging and stuff, but a lot of people like that in the modern era. You see that in almost every kind of action RPG, so I don't understand why he's held to a different standard. I'm giving it away! I'm spoiling my video so far. Okay, but end of the month, I got a week off for the holidays. I got about 9 days off, and I'm very looking forward to that. I'll have more time to play some video games, cook some good food for Thanksgiving, watch The Addams Family 1 and Addams Family Value, because I didn't watch Addams Family for Halloween this year. I missed it. So I'll be doing that. I'll be playing Death Stranding. Like I'll have this probably finished by next weekend, story-wise. And then I'll just put out my video on it. It'll certainly be more rant-oriented, which I hope is alright with you guys. I don't want to be like curmudgeon, angry game ranter, but it's going to come off as a more of in the defense of Kojima, but not so much Kojima in the defense of experimental games. But I don't know. I also don't want to come off as normie-shamey. Like, people who do like the more action, third-person shooter stuff, like, I understand that they wouldn't like this game, so I'm not going to call everyone idiots for not liking it. It's okay not to like an avant-garde game or an experimental game, okay? So that's fine, too. It's going to be a more middle ground, positive vibes kind of video. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for. Just speaking from the heart, okay? We're not going to bog you down in all the science. I'm not going to pull out all these Kojima interviews trying to explain what his intentions were. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the director's intentions were. It matters how people react to it, how they feel, if it's fun, if there's some enjoyment to be had, okay? At the end of the day, Kojima can talk out his ass all day. At the end of the day, it matters how do people feel about it in the end, okay? So that's what you're going to get. I'm not going to bog you down with interviews and all that shit. It's going to be straight off the cuff, old Hikiko rant style, okay? So enjoy it, don't enjoy it. I gotta say, though, from what I've seen, and this is in my own personal life, in my own personal groups, like people I've spoken to, friends and co-workers and stuff like that, they've just seemed fascinated. Like, we're talking people that haven't played a Kojima game. They've watched a trailer. They've watched, a Let's Player. All these people who are salty calling Kojima a hack and that it's a delivery simulator and all this shit. Apparently, it hasn't broken through to the mainstream normie kind of guys, because everyone I've talked to, they're like, "Oh, this seems really interesting. I've never seen anything like this," and they think it's cool that celebrities are in it, and they kind of see themselves enjoying the systems of delivering more efficient packages and stuff like that. They wanted to talk more about, like, how does the game play. They're more concerned about that than Kojima. Like, they don't know too much about Kojima. So I think it's just like a vocal minority within the gaming community. Like, they see their favorite e-celeb come out and play 5 hours of the game and not even bother to give it more than a surface level glance. And they're like, "Oh, my favorite e-celebrity said this and that about the game, and now that's got to be my opinion. That's got to be my opinion because I don't want to spend $60. $60 is too much of an investment. I can't spend $60. I'm going to be shamed in all my gamer community of people that I don't interact with in my day-to-day life. They're going to know. They're going to see my trophies, and they're going to know I'm going to play a bad game, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to fall into that association. I can't risk my reputation online playing a Kojima game." Did you check their trophy list? Did you check your eCelebs trophy list? What's their porter card look like, you bitch? I bet it's not 260. I couldn't bother to play this game for more than 30 hours. It was Sony's fault. They put an embargo on it. I got the game 2 weeks in advance. I could clearly put 30 hours into it, but I won't. I am standing on this hill with my video game brethrens to act as the #1 consumer advocate. I don't want you to waste your $60 for a game that has no DLC or expansions or Mother Bakes coins. That is what it is on the surface. I won't be that man. Someone else will. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. They built their careers on stirring the pot. That's all they're doing. The angry video game guy trope, the consumer advocate, man, people are tired of that shit, okay? They just want to know if the game is fun, okay? Can we just go back to getting into the real meat and potatoes of video game analysis? Can we talk about fun? Can we talk about, you know, it has like a Katamari quality to it? Like it's doing something that nobody else out there would be as crazy to do for a AAA game? It's wild, okay? I love it. I'm having a good time. I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. Not everything has to be fucking polarizing. Holy shit. We don't need two camps. Maybe the people who are calling it trash, maybe we can win some of them over eventually when it goes on sale. That's what's gonna happen. You know that shit happens every single video game news cycle. You get the same old polarization. Game's trash. Game's great. I don't know what trash people are talking about. And then give it 6 months to a year. I was wrong about Death Stranding. Why Death Stranding was secretly genius. Fuck all of that. I'm sick of it. That's all it is. You gotta honey dick all your audience in. Well, I'm telling you straight off the gate that I love this game, okay? I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm having a good time. It's a slow burner. It's a simple to pick up and play kind of game. It's fun. Okay? It's interesting. He didn't have to like make a Mighty Number 9, you know, referencing Metal Gear in any way. He didn't have to shit on, like, there's no references to shitting on Konami and stuff. He's making a game about making friendships, making connections, and doing it the only way you can by delivering packages, okay? It ain't all that bad. People chill the fuck out. Every Facebook group I'm a part of, people are posting all these fucking memes and like at each other's throat about this game. This little old game. This little old Death Stranding here. I don't know what you expected going into it. It's like you've never played a Kojima game before. Oh, you mean it has surrealist themes? Is it the surrealist themes that bother you? Is it the non-traditional approach to gameplay? And progression? Oh, you mean like Metal Gear? When it came out? Fuck all that. Have fun. Play it. Rent it. Gamefly it. Those are options. Oh, it's got too much gameplay now. It's got too much of the gameplay, not enough of the story. Oh, wait. You can set your own pace? Well, my video's not going to mention that. I didn't bother to finish it. I didn't bother to play the game beyond 10 hours. Don't look at my don't look at my trophy list, okay? Whatever you do, don't look at my trophy list. Just trust me, I'm your friend. Kojima's a hack. I've been saying it for years. Fuck every single one of them. I hope you die of heart failure. Of course your fat ass doesn't like walking simulators. Both in video games and in real life. Of course you hate walking simulators, you fat bitch. Yeah, I'm still salty about Never Dead. You know who I'm talking about. God damn. Just play your video games. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy it. We're having oatmeal tonight. We're having hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. Sometimes that's all we can afford to make on Sony's dime. God damn, coming in here expecting Gordon Ramsay to cook you a filet mignon braised in gold chiffon. You snooty ass bitches. God damn. I can't stand it. It's every game that I'm excited for. Somebody's got to come out there and put out a little expose video. Like, all these three things make it mean that it's shit. Yeah, it's got some flaws. It certainly has some flaws, but I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Pun intended. Okay? Yeah, there's some Yoshi's Island style baby crying that I'm not terribly, enthusiastic about. I'm not going to defend that choice. The small text, the blue font, not going to defend that choice. The sheer amount of package deliveries that you have to make to get more efficient systems. And one episode in particular I'm going to go all in on, for sure. But that doesn't make the whole game terrible. Like Nier is like one of my favorite games of all time. Nier original, not Automata, we're talking original. Nier has the same old shit. It's basically Nier. You're doing package deliveries on foot, okay? On foot, across terrain, and you're double jumping and rolling and spear thrusting the entire way fucking through. The entire way through, okay? But I still love the game. It has an engrossing story, a great soundtrack, an atmosphere that I cannot compare to really anything else. I don't know, man. There's a time and a place. I think all it is people are throwing up a stink because Kojima left Konami, and Kojima wasn't making a big deal about it. This is not Kojima's fault. He was not. Can anyone cite a time where Kojima made a big deal about leaving Konami? It was everyone else. It was fucking Super Bunny Hop. It was Jeff Keighley. It was everyone else in the industry, like, turning Kojima into the world's biggest victim at Konami. And he was just like, hey, I'm just going to be real quiet and just sit through this and get it over with, okay? That's all he was doing. And everyone else is just like, oh, Kojima's the world's greatest video game martyr. It's not even his fault. So everyone else is putting him up on this fucking pedestal. And here he is. He's finally free of this big giant corporation, and he goes over to Sony, and Sony's like, here's all the money. Make what you want. Make what you want. And he makes what he wants. How dare he do this? This was his one chance to prove himself. Fuck, man. They want another Keiji Inafune because they can make more money off another Keiji Inafune. It's profitable when you get a Keiji Inafune story, and I'm not seeing it. You don't have a Keiji Inafune arc here. For one, the only fan investment is the $60 complete project. Or if you bought the collector's editions or all that stuff. But that's every game, okay? Sony's going to make their money back. Hell, they're putting it out on PC. That's actually a very good thing. That's Sony, like, widening their market a little bit and saying, hey, okay, we got a very experimental game, so we got to widen our base a little bit. Not everyone's going to buy a PS4 for this game. It's a good thing. Anyway, I'm sick of it, so don't listen to the hacks. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm the guy with all the right answers on this one. I got the best take in the entire gaming industry that I've been blacklisted from. They use my research, but I have been blacklisted, so listen to me. Your boy Hikiko says, give it a shot, okay? What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen for giving it a shot? Alright, so here's our first project here. After an hour in. We need about 200 more Chiralium crystals, 700 more metals, and about 600 more. So 600 600, 600. We'll get rid of the chiralium crystals right now. We're building roads. I got a ton of these crystals, so the crystals will be done. I got a super chat from Stratos Radio's Blues. Sonic redesign thoughts. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I can't say that they made it look any worse than it originally did. The way they cut that new trailer, they focus more on, like, Sonic's narration. And in doing so, his interactions between humans. So the new Sonic model, he interacts like he's in the real world. He goes out of Green Hill Zone or something and warps into America for some reason. Anyway, I haven't seen what his interactions are like with the humans and if it looks jarring or not. Like if it'll take me out of the movie. And because he looks like he was just ripped out of a Sonic battle adventure kind of game or something like that, it may just have that weird uncanny feeling about it. I don't know. I know just from the plot line that I've seen from both the trailers, it looks kind of cringeworthy. I think they should have just like focused more on like Green Hill Zone and the Chaos Emerald shit. Just like make a movie for Sonic fans, okay? Don't try and impress somebody like me who's like only casually interested in Sonic movies or Sonic games and stuff like that. Make it for the true fans, okay? Just give them a complete CGI film. And I think like this live action Roger Rabbit style works when you have a great script and great writers, and I don't trust the Sonic the Hedgehog movie people to have great writers. I think it's going to get dated very, very quickly. So, will I go see it? Yes, I'll go see it. I'll probably go see it with Kirk and David. David is one of the bigger Sonic fans I know. He's more of a Sega fan. His favorite is Sonic 2. So he's more of classic Sonic. So, yeah, I'll go see it. I'll definitely go see it. Will it be trash? Probably. But good on Sega, or whoever it was. Was it Sony? I don't know who's running this operation, this dog and pony show. But I'm very impressed that they did listen to the fan outcry. That can go two ways. Like, the fans aren't always correct about something. But I think in this case, they definitely were. They definitely were, and it needed to happen. And, the new model looks pretty good. But it's just everything else about it. Like, Jim Carrey seems like he's having fun with it. Kind of in a Raul Julia kind of way. Like, hey, I'm in this stupid-ass video game movie. Might as well ham it up. Whatever happened to, is it Jail White? Urkel? Whatever happened to him? I always liked his kind of nasally, that's no good. That's no good. Go tell someone. Yeah, I always liked Jail White. And, I don't think he has any name recognition for this generation. I did watch the Sonic cartoon a little bit as a kid. Like, I was never a huge fan of Sonic. Like, I actually went as Sonic the Hedgehog for Halloween one year. My mom had, she found this Sonic the Hedgehog costume that had the little spikes on the back. And it was one of those shitty, cheap plastic masks that they just mass manufacture. So I went as him. I need to like look through my old photos and see if I can find any photos of me going to Sonic. So at one point in time, I liked Sonic, but I was always more of a Mario guy, Nintendo guy. And instead of watching Sonic's cartoon, I would watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, because it also had a Legend of Zelda cartoon in there too. So I was more of a Mario guy. Captain Lou Albano. Do the Mario! Swing your hips from side to side. Yeah, I always loved that shit. And I still watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show as an adult. I think it's still pretty funny. It's funny in a very cheesy late 80s way. Please make a review video on the Sonic movie. I'll probably make a little something. If not a live stream, I'll try live streaming it from my phone or something. Midnight screening style. Shout out to the Cinema Snob. If I get my friends to go with me, if I can get a friend to go with me to see that Sonic movie. So right now, if you're wondering what I'm doing in the game, I know it's a little low energy, but that's kind of like what the pace is if you're doing all the side stuff. The most important thing, so if you're starting out in Death Stranding, the most important thing you can do is start building roads, because you're going to need them. One, other players can benefit from them. So like when you build a road, it starts putting materials in other players' games, and like they can start using, like some of them will actually get your roads. So you can see off to the left-hand side, other people are using my roads. So I got 748 likes off of just people using my roads. So that's a very cool feature. It's a good way to grind your porter level early on without you having to do much. And I don't think the roads deteriorate. Of course, I haven't played long enough to know. But I haven't had any of my roads deteriorate. So it's a solid investment. It makes traveling... oh, shit. I need some BT equipment here before I go too crazy, because I'm entering BT territory. Yeah. It's a big mistake to go into BT territory without any method of defense. And besides pissing on the BTs, there's not a whole lot you can do if you don't have a gun or a hematic grenade. So let me actually get equipped for the occasion here. Another thing the roads do is they allow your robots to travel safely. So if you want to clean up some side quests, but you don't want to actually deliver them yourself, if you have roads, your robots, their success meter is higher. Shadowhawk says, I have a theory that they deliberately released Ugly Sonic and then as just like a marketing ploy. That's like $1 million. I don't know how many millions of dollars. I don't know. That's a good conspiracy theory, but would they really risk that? Would they really risk all the bad PR? Who knows? I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but personally, I would have fired whoever's idea that was. Just like, nah, let's actually make a good one the first time, is what I would go with. Let's just make a good-looking Sonic. Let's make it to where people would want to see the movie. The first place I would have put all of my effort in was making the script funny. And definitely not using Gangster's Paradise in that opening trailer. Like, what the fuck? Just hire Crush 40, man. I'm sure Crush 40 is really cheap to hire. You can license out actual Sonic music. Oh, yeah! Did I ever tell you guys that I saw Crush 40 perform once? I was at a video game convention, and I stumbled into this random room. Like, I was like wandering around the convention hall, and there was like a little printout sign that said musical performance, and like in the tiniest font, Crush 40. And then so I was like, is that the Sonic Battle Adventure Crush 40? And so I wander into this room, and there's like maybe 13 people standing around in a circle, and there's one guy from Crush 40 with an acoustic guitar, like he's doing an unplugged session of all of the Sonic hits on acoustic guitar. So you're hearing like a really somber performance, like rolling around at the speed of sound. I'm like, I stood there at the back of the room, like watching this low energy performance of it. I didn't stay for the whole set, but it was funny as fuck. I wonder if the band broke up and he's like the only remaining member. Like, you can't be Crush 40 and not have that bass slapping intro. Like, that's all I think of. Like, when I hear somebody bring up Crush 40, I just hear that bass line, like boom 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 boom. Oh yeah. You gotta have all those pieces. Those are the key ingredients to Crush 40. You gotta get me pumped. Alright, so far I think this is the second road here. Dan, I'm so hyped on this Monster Energy drink right here. If you didn't know, you guys voted for this on the Twitter poll. Drink Monster. So, we did have a Hikikomori sips. I get so hungry though. Oh my god. You build the roads and you can deliver the packages better. That's the secret. Little gamer tips with your boy Hikiko. Oh. That's a good ass Korean cheesecake right there. Okay. So our next point is that one. So I gotta collect some more materials. I think I'm near another camp, so we'll do another camp raid. I've got a non-lethal assault rifle that I can test out. Where are we at? So I'm here. We're gonna go down here. This is like a ceramic farm. You can see like my my map is littered with absolute tons of shit right there. And it's hard to read until you like zoom all the way in. But all these green things are online structures, so they're the passive features that other players have built. And you like, if somebody's a good architect, you can like, hey, they put that bridge in a really good spot, or that generator in a good spot. You can make a connection with them so their structures will appear more frequently. So I have not been very diligent in my hiring process. I've just hired 30 random people, like the top 30 people. Those are my Strand connects. So I really need to go through and see if any of you guys, if I recognize any of your names on there. I haven't been able to add any of my friends yet, so if you guys see me, I'm Miles Chan. Please add me. I build roads. That's my specialty. I will build roads for your little servers there. Anyway, we'll finish up. We'll do a little mule raid. We'll finish up some roads and we'll do some real deal deliveries. Well, if you have any questions, I'll explain things. I know it's not an easy game to describe all the moving pieces. There's a lot more than just building roads and delivering packages. There's stealth. There's building other structures too and upgrading those and figuring out better pathways and building relationships with people and all sorts of things. Alright, let's go on a raid. I've got... Now, I've never actually used the lethal rifles. I've been afraid to, because in this world, when somebody dies, their bodies turn into a nuke. So I imagine if I actually killed someone, that's what I would be dealing with. So we're going to try not to do that. And just for shits and giggles, we're going to go ahead and build a drone. I am going to work on upgrading those drones too. I think I got one. It's right here. Actually, I don't want a drone. The reason why is I don't think they can go into vehicles, so I'm going to actually cancel that. Okay. My vehicle's in poor shape because I was in the rain. In Death Stranding, there's a phenomena called the timefall. And anything the rain or timefall snow touches, it ages it. And it's the rules aren't necessarily consistent. Sometimes it ages you more, sometimes it ages you less. I don't know. The speed or the years don't necessarily make a lot of sense, but you kind of got to give it the sci-fi suspension of disbelief, okay? You don't want to go you don't want to go at this game willing to like nitpick every little thing about it, okay? You just kind of have to suspend your disbelief and say, okay, that's just how it goes. Oh, you know what? It's been a while since I've dipped in the hot spring. Let's do that, and I'll read some chat. Oh, I don't think I can. I've got too much equipment on, I think. Anyway, there's some hot springs. One of the factors that plays into this game, it's kind of like Deadly Premonition. There is a stamina gauge. Sam will get tired. You can either offset that by drinking more Monster Energy drink out of a canteen, or just sitting down, having a little break. And you can also go into your private room, which will like allow you to take a nap, take a shower, take a piss, take a dump. Those are your options. There's a lot of different little things here. It is based on in Earth, in a kind of a, I wouldn't call it a far future, but it is a somewhat post-apocalyptic America. I wouldn't call it dystopian. I don't think we're dealing with the illusion of a perfect society. Okay, there's no delusional like Ray Bradbury things going on about this one. It's pretty much shit from the get-go. The world's fucked. But that's what we're dealing with here. I believe it's the United Cities of America. The UCA. We're trying to rebuild the UCA. We're doing research, figuring out what the hell happened, why the Death Stranding took place, and trying to rebuild America. One package delivery at a time. It's good, though. Alright, so we're going to raid our second camp. I think I've 5-starred everything on the main highway that I've built. You do want to choose your routes carefully because the way the physics engine works, like when you're exploring terrain, you can get caught on rocks or come to a dead stop, or your vehicle can roll in weird directions. The physics are not the best. It feels like Grand Theft Auto 4. Like, yeah, the weird physics in Grand Theft Auto 4, that's what I would compare Death Stranding to. A little dated. but charming nonetheless. It incentivizes you to build more roads and bridges. Now you can go stealth on these guys, but it's pointless. You can tie them up and knock them out, but I've only done that once, and that was in the tutorial. I don't think anyone's home. Nobody's home. Well, okay then. Well, I'll just take your shit. Oh, somebody's coming. Okay, I've been found out. Somebody's here. Okay, just kidding. You can't stealth, by the way. Like, if you have like a giraffe's neck worth of packages, you can't stealth. They'll see you every time. Are they all here? Okay, yeah, they're all just grouped up. Easy peasy. These are level 1 guys. They don't have lethal rounds. They only have equipment which will stun you, so they're the easiest to steal from. We got another one. I'm just gonna stand out in the open and let them come to me. That's what they usually do anyway. I'll punch him out. I know he's around here somewhere. Oh, he got in there. Okay. I love the AI. It's as dumb as it gets. I'm playing on normal mode. I don't know if it changes on hard. It's one of those games that doesn't tell you what the differences are between difficulty levels, like in the beginning. You know, something you might want to do. So I just went with normal. They're a joke. Let's go knock him out with my power gloves. Power gloves are really OP. Alright, so we've knocked them all out. Once you clear out a spot, porters will come by and start collecting materials, but we're building roads. So let's dump off some stuff we don't need. Like, I really don't need those grenades. I will be heading into BT territory, so maybe in a second here. Okay, looks good. Miles, you hear that meme of the time falls since it ages, what it touches? Beware the boomerang. No, I haven't heard that one, Ferris. I've been hearing a lot of boomer memes lately. I think we're at that... You know, like, whenever a meme starts up, right? Like, it starts up in a small community. Like, it was... we would say, like, probably 4chan is where the boomer meme originated. I don't have any citations for that, so don't quote me. But I imagine it started off on 4chan a year ago. And then, eventually, a Facebook mom will somehow incorporate it into a meme featuring the character of a minion. So, once it hits that normie, we'll call it that normie peak, okay? That's when it's at its highest visibility, where even like Gen Xers are using it, okay? Or when the boomers start adopting it and embracing the meme, that's when it starts to, like, they're closing up shop. It's over. So I think we're about to see the sharp decline of the boomer meme. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. We're on the last few weeks, I believe, of the boomer meme. People are going to get tired of it. That's just a natural cycle of memes. Like, I don't see how the Gen Xers got away scot-free. The Gen Xers have probably done just as much heinous, dumb shit as the boomers. And the millennials, too. The millennials... I am a millennial, so I can say this. But we're a bunch of crybabies. That's how I see us. We're overreactionary crybabies that think our opinions matter when they really don't. No one gives a shit. Boomers make fun of us all the time. They go, "Oh, that there goes them millennials again." Meanwhile, they sit in their McMansions, living off Social Security we'll never get a taste of. They don't give a shit. They're not connected to the internet. They're not in tune with us making fun of them. They couldn't give a shit less. Laugh it up. Alright, I think we got enough materials in there. Let me check their lockers and we'll go ahead and build another road. I'm loving this stabilizer I got on my backpack. I haven't slipped or fallen in some time. Okay, bunch of garbage. That's pretty good. Some ceramics. Boots. We'll sort it. Looking good. So here's a little tip for you guys. If you're starting out in Death Stranding, I'll go to another depot so I can show you guys a nice little beginner strat. So I stole this one. We're going to leave the Hikikomori because it's on its last legs anyway. Look for the bridge. That Monster Energy drink is the nastiest shit I've drank in some time. Thanks, guys. Now I'm like burping it up. It tastes like a really expired Fresca. Alright, now while we're traversing here, reading some chat here. What's a doomer? Now, I've heard that term before. See, I guess I am not up to date with all my memes, but I've heard, I know what a coomer is. I'm up to date on a coomer, but what the hell's a doomer? Is that like somebody who's nihilistic? That just doesn't believe that there's a future for them? That's what my own interpretation of what a doomer is. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm probably wrong. I definitely know what a Coomer is. That's one of my favorite recent memes. Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, memes always have different brands, like the different varieties, different flavors, like Coke, Cherry Coke, Holiday Coke, all that stuff. That's kind of how these memes are operating right now. Oh, my truck ran out of batteries. So you're getting all the different varieties of the boomer meme. Pretty much. I don't blame them. I mean, I'm not depressed. I actually like Generation Z a lot. From some of the kids I've talked to in my day-to-day life and interactions and friends' kids and all that, I work with a few people that have kids that are in their teens and stuff like that. And we'll talk about video games and we'll talk about politics sometimes because I'm like really curious to hear what kids are thinking. And a lot of them know way more than I do about politics. A lot of them know more about like older video games than I thought because they watch a lot of YouTube. They stay informed. They're part of different communities and cultures, and they're very quick-witted. Now, this is all anecdotal, but the only thing that I've noticed about Generation Z is like they're kind of weird about social cues. Like sometimes they don't make eye contact when you're talking with them, or they don't understand like phrases, like common everyday phrases or analogies that you might toss in there. And I use a lot of those. So they might not always understand what you're saying, but they know a lot about the world. So I would say they're more worldly. More so than I was growing up. All I know about are video games. That's all I really pay attention to. That's all I'm good at. Wait, what? Is a doomer an in-between generation? Because the in-between generation is Generation X. Alright. Let's load up. We'll get ourselves 1,000 metal. I always like to go in with 1,000 metal and ceramics. In fact, I didn't raid too many ceramics. I should probably go back and get those. Alright. We've reached critical mass. And after this, we'll run some missions. So we'll do one more road. We'll run a mission. You can see all my vehicles are fucked up. That time fall really does you in. Let's see if there's any. I guess we could roll in this one. It ain't too pretty, but it'll do. We'll go to Capital Knot City and change it up. I don't need this bola gun anymore. We'll stow it. Looks good, looks good. Okay. And I think I can just load it in the back like this, like a quick little let go. I'm learning all these like shortcuts that they built in. Like sometimes you don't have to open a menu, you can just like stow things away. I learned how to like auto sort my luggage. Just little things like to make menu navigation a breeze. That's mostly what I'm concerned with, like with all my criticisms about Death Stranding, is just quality of life things. Just little quality of life things. Let's see if we can make it to Capital Knot. Yeah, it needs a little TLC, this cargo vehicle here. It's not looking too good, though. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. But there are some vehicles, I think, at the engineer's place. And you can also repair vehicles at private shelters, too. You can build, like, independent ones. I think those mule guys that I knocked out, they'll stay knocked out for a couple of days. So I don't really have to worry about them trying to raid me. And whenever they respawn, all their materials in their camp respawn. So you can go back there and farm it. Almost there. I'm actually going to get a bike this time because bikes are faster. Those aren't enemies, those are good dudes. Could you imagine, though, like, if Kojima completely committed to the delivery simulation aspect and just made Delivery Simulator like 2019 or something like that? That's his big comeback game. He just went all in, and it got even like more meticulous. Okay. Like you'd have to fill up gas. You'd have to go to Quick Trip and grab yourself some snacks. He should have went all in. All right, we're going to recycle. Now, why am I recycling all this? Because it compresses all of your materials into one chunk, so you can like just get the amount you need at a time. Now I'm gonna take them back out. All right. One last road, and then we'll do some missions. Oh, yeah. Boomer juice.
Thank you for your contribution.
Oh, I should probably get a new vehicle. Let's see. So this garage is shared with other players. So people, you can find other people's vehicles in here. We're going to get the long range one because it has better battery life. And away we go. One thing I don't like is you can jump in these motorcycles, but if you get any hang time whatsoever and you land, it damages your packages. So you can't just go crazy like popping wheelies and flying off ramps. You actually have to maintain somewhat of a control. Also, I have to stay on this middle strip because this middle line here is where the chargers are. So as long as I ride this middle line, it doesn't deplete my battery. Anytime I dip off, it gives me that annoying notification like, hey, you're off the grid. Oh, you're back on the grid. Anyway, I've just been playing this game nonstop. There's been a few other games that have caught my interest, but nothing has given me this like very fresh, invigorating feel in quite some time. I feel it's going to be one of those games that's more appreciated in retrospect. But then again, I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people that just love it, so who can you trust? I just got down from those mountains you see up there. In one of the worst missions of the entire game. I would say it's a series of missions. I won't tell you what it is until my video. But if you've gotten that far, you'll understand. So far, it's been a blast throughout, though. What you're seeing here is we're entering BT territory, and there's like 2 indicators that happen. Like one, your battery goes out, or there's 3. There's the rain happens and you put on your hood. 2 is when your battery goes out, you're getting close to BTs. 3 is whenever your little scanner pops out and you're really close to them. Alright, let's look for our paver. We got one over here. This one has a ton of materials. Dump that. Dump that. That's a little overboard. I'm losing some in the end. Yeah, that's a little overboard. Okay. I don't really care. I got plenty of materials. You guys like my otter hood? Nice. Let's see how far down it goes. That goes pretty far down. Some of these roads, like, they'll give you a long stretch for what you pay for, and some of them are just like a tiny little segment, and you're like, what the fuck? I like this one, though. This will come in handy. Let's see, in this area, we're getting so close to the mountaintop, though. I kind of want to build another stretch so I can get up here, and this is like where a lot more supplies are. I think it'll go around this bend, but whatever. A promise is a promise. Let's go. Oh, that's a custom marker, huh? Who's nearby? We got the craftsman. I've already done that. Timefall shelter. Everyone's like, go up this road. A lot of the... Oh, you know what? I haven't done any of these weather station ones. So that'll be my next objective. I will go to the weather station. Not this way. Other way. You can paddle like an otter in the water on your back. Yeah, I think I did that. I was swept away in like a couple of chapters ago. I hopped in the river and all my packages got swept away, and I had my otter hood on and he was on his back, and I just like let him flow down the river like that. It was cute. Yeah, this is one of my pet peeves. Like, every time you go through BT territory, it slows down. And I think this is how they load in the BTs. It slows down. It lets you know you're in BT territory. And then, like, just when you pass on the outskirts, like, oh, okay, you're out. Thumbs up. BT territory can change depending on the weather or story objectives. Weekend Warrior, I'm at the 50-hour mark, apparently. I think I just surpassed the 50-hour mark. I'm on Chapter 8. Yeah, it is a little frustrating. Won't deny that. Somebody asked me the other day, they were like, Miles, would you rather have Death Stranding or Silent Hills? And that was like such a good question that I like sat back and thought about it for a while. I was like, let me get back to you on that. So I did sit down and think about it, and the answer is going to be Silent Hills, of course. But if I'm like looking at it from a standpoint of like, would I rather have a new IP or a chance at having an IP I love ruined, then I would go Death Stranding. But then again, like, Silent Hill has been kind of ruined in many ways as it is, so can't really do any worse. But I would have picked Silent Hills. Like, I wanted to see what Kojima would do with it. I really enjoyed PT. I thought it was a very creative way to get people interested in something. A good, like, one of the most genius marketing things he's done. And I think Norman Reedus would have been an interesting pick as a protagonist. And in this one, like, just looking at him as Sam, he's kind of a blank slate, and he just grunts a bunch, and he just reacts to people around him, much like Venom Snake did in Metal Gear 5. And so he would be more like a Henry from Silent Hill 4. That's what I would pin what Norman Reedus' performance in Silent Hills would be like. So yeah, that's where my guess would be. One thing I did like about, like, I didn't care for Downpour at all, but I did like kind of the open world approach to it, to where you could explore more of Silent Hill, like kind of open-endedness. And like some Silent Hill games had that before, but some of them were more linear to wherever, like, they forced you into certain zones. Like, you're at this part of town, then this one, then this one. Downpour was kind of more open-ended. I wouldn't want Silent Hill too big, but it would be cool to see, like, a new approach to traversing Silent Hill. Like, some more weather and environmental hazards and other things to account for besides monsters. Yeah. And I know there's still some diehards that'll be like, oh, Kojima would have fucked it up. Okay, whatever. Give him a chance. We're going to get a new bike, because this one's trashed. We're going to the weather station. So let's see if I got any orders there. I really don't. That's the spiritualist. There we go. Yeah, we'll get that one too. So, the reason why you want a 5-star something in Death Stranding is each one of the members of, what do they call it? The United Cities Alliance or something? Or the United Cities of America. Every time you bring a new member in, they have something to offer you. And what they have to offer you will make your life easier in some little way. It's not like a huge way sometimes, but it's like a little improvement, a little quality of life improvement. And it's fun. So a lot of it's a surprise. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to get. Sometimes they'll just give you a little accessory for your backpack. Sometimes it'll be a car or something for your GPS to improve navigation. Okay, we may need the cargo truck for this one. I'll see if I can load this onto the bike. The bike does have a limited storage space on it. Well, Hikiko trike there.
Order assigned.
Sorry guys, I need a little snack. All right. Okay, can I offload onto the bike here? I swear I could. The menu UI is confusing as shit. It really is. Do I got a cargo truck in here? Let's swap it out for a cargo truck, because I don't want to jack around with this. Oh, the long-range trike doesn't have storage, says Gore. Well, thank you. I did not know that. Well, in that case, I'm going to get one of these bad boys. Okay. Anything that has the blue line on there means it's mission critical. So if it breaks or something, you could fail. Let's do this. Okay, so we're going up to a weather station. I've helped these people out before. They gave me like a Doppler radar or something like that where I can detect the weather. Problem is they're at the peak of this fucking mountain and it's not easy to get up there. Let me see. We're here. We'll go here and then here. So you have to draw a map. The map system is also very weird. It doesn't have like a logical, like, you guys ever played Dead Space before? You know how Isaac has an objective and he'll just like point at the ground? Like, you just put a mission marker and then Isaac will draw out the most logical path. This one's like, draw your own path. Just do it. Be your own cartographer. It's very, very weird. So you can see that faint line on the ground. Yeah, seeing my Jenga tower vanish into the driver's seat. Yep, that's... just poof, it's in there. Okay. What I just did there was check the depth of the water. If it's red, my vehicle will sink. And that's one of the most annoying things in the world to happen. Almost as annoying as traversing over rocks. Ugh. Welcome to Death Stranding physics. Guys, see all those likes coming in? That green on green? Great choice, Kojima. What was wrong with like just using white color text with like a black outline or something? Or drop shadow. Just a fucking drop shadow would be so nice, Kojima. Why do you gotta torture me? Okay. Here's a little road. It's unpaved, but it'll do. Every little bump in the road, like that's why you want to pave, is because you can get caught up on rocks and stuff. And you guys, if you ever see me get caught up on rocks or anything, it takes me a ridiculously long time to get back my momentum. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you just have to play it to understand why it's so wonky. Like, it feels, if anything, Kojima stole from Deadly Premonition, he stole the driving. He stole the driving physics from Deadly Premonition. Because the driving is just trash. It is just god-awful. Let's see if I can just finish the mission without offloading all of it. Good work.
Thank you for coming. A few nicks and scratches.
What? What got damaged? Oh, I got a new drone. I'm really curious. How did all that get damaged? Okay. I thought it was all in the truck.
Well,
Was there any more in there?
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Okay. Well, if you say so, game. Where's this one going? Oh, it's going to the old man? Okay.
We'll meet again soon, Sam. I know we will.
All right. So here's a little cool stream tip for you. If you're grinding early on in the game and you want a higher porter level early on, it doesn't work so much late in the game, but this is what I do. You go into the share locker.
We've received some.
Okay. You go into claim cargo. You see all these where it says such and such is lost cargo? Take all of them. Put it on your back. Arrange, whatever. Confirm. The moment you leave this, if you go into make delivery, boom. Now you get half the likes. You get less likes, but look at all this. Just instant farming likes. Right there. I've done that like hundreds of times. Technically, you're supposed to deliver them to the real recipient, but I never do. Ooh, that's 100 medals. I'll take that. All right, my bots completed a mission. That's probably what those were all about. We'll do Mountain Knot. We'll do, yeah, that'll be good.
Deploying autonomous delivery.
I'm losing my damn voice here. We got a little heated early on. That's how you know it's going to be a good cool stream. Okay. Next objective. We're going to take a nap. And then there's a road down here that I haven't paved. So I'm going to focus on taking a nap, having my bots do some deliveries, gathering materials, and paving the shortcut up here. Grabbing shit along the way. So somebody built an antenna. You can get like a scanner built. And what it does is it'll automatically highlight all the items on the field. So they're super nifty. So if you're playing and you see somebody's built a scanner, like one of those giant needly towers, give them as many materials as possible. It makes everyone's lives a little bit easier. We're going to like bomb this one. I think this is the one I built. Yeah, this is like a story-centric one that you have to build. Okay. Whatever.
Your work is great.
Hey, Miles. How you doing, man? I'm doing great, Mark. Thanks for joining. Oh, that reminds me. I got to tell you about my doppelganger or my imposter story. You guys want to hear that? Some weird shit happened the other day. Let me catch a breath here. Ugh. Good thing I got water. I'm going to need to flush this shit out of my system. Speaking of flush, let's take a ride with Norman Reedus. Have you guys done this before? When you take a shit in the game, you get to watch. Not only do you get new grenades, but you get a little advertisement for Norman Reedus's weird show, Ride. And I've seen it before. It's okay. It's just him riding around place talking motorcycles. It's like American Chopper. All right. I gotta drink all my Steel Reserve here. What you know about that? Probably nothing. Jesus Christ, this game and its ads. I think it's cute. Kojima's always had ads in his video games. Always. Some of them were for Japanese products, like in Metal Gear 3, for Calorie Mate, Boss Coffee, other energy drinks, that sort of thing. By the way, when I was in Tokyo, I did try most of the stuff I recognized from Metal Gear 3. Calorie Mate tastes like shit. It tastes like dog food, a dog biscuit. I tried that weird energy drink that Snake drinks. I don't even know the name of it. I think it's like Sumatori or something. No, that's Boss. Sumatori Boss. I tried that, and I tried that energy drink. It's on my Japan trip video. You can see it. Weekend Warrior says, I think I was 30 hours deep before I realized I could skip all these little screens. Oh, yes. This is a game where you need to get familiar with the skip button, okay? Not everything is plot critical. You don't have to watch Norman Reedus, like, ascending from the private room. Just skip all of that. Oh, yeah, Big Boss had Doritos, Monster Hunter, and Mountain Dew in Peace Walker, I believe. Yeah. You know it's a Kojima game where there's a shameless promotion in there. Okay. We got our bots back. We delivered some packages to Spoonie. We got the Spoonie one right up there. Okay, where am I going to send them now? We'll send one there. That's it for now.
Deploying autonomous delivery.
Pablo, this is chapter 8. Let's take on an order. Actually, I want to build that road first. Go easy on my bot, boys. We'll do 800 and... yeah, that'll be good. Arsenal of Heroin says, I feel like half of it isn't even promotion. He just wants that shit in his games. Yeah, he just likes it. It's part of his world, okay? This is the alternate universe where Monster is the #1 drink, not Coca-Cola or something. It feels almost like Idiocracy. You guys ever seen that before? Like where everyone drinks Brondo? Well, here, in Kojima's version, it's Monster. Let's see if there's a paver nearby. Is that... No, we got a generator down there. I don't think there is any pavers nearby. I'm not seeing them. Chiral crystals. I just don't think there are any. Okay. Guess there's no roads up here. We can do a shortcut up this way. Head to our robot technician. I might have to do that, but I want to dump off these materials first. That's a post box. Post box. Where are these goddamn pavers? There's one. Oh, and that goes to South Knot City? Oh, okay. Okay, that's our closest one. I haven't done a lot of the South Knot ones, so I'm fine with that. It's got what plants crave. I just like imagining that whoever owns Monster Energy survived that Death Stranding and is still making a killing. Yeah. It's easy whenever all your competition's been wiped out. They planted dead bodies over at the Pepsi Corporation. God, who owns Monster? Is it Coca-Cola? Or do they own themselves? I don't know. Is it a public place? My PS4 sounds like a jet engine. It's chugging along because I'm like near the waterfall. Oh God. And I'm not even playing in HDR or 4K like it was before. This is 1080p mode. In my office, I only have a 1080p TV, which does the job just fine. The game still looks great. This here is a timefall shelter right above me, like it protects me from rain, and it repairs all my goods. It's nice. One of the best structures in the game. Need a bridge, need a bridge. Perfect. Here we go. There's a rock. Should I risk damaging my packages? And why not? Didn't do too much damage. God damn it. Alright, there we go. It's weird to say that I've gotten used to how janky the driving is. Like, I know when to pop a wheelie, I know when to boost, when to jump. You just get used to it. I don't say you enjoy it, but you definitely get used to it. It's an acquired taste. There's the paver right there. Was that the one on my mark? Oh, that's a different one. Where's the one I had marked? Well, this wouldn't be a bad road to have, so I'll just do it anyway. Oh, I think this is the one that requires a ridiculous amount of materials. It might go over the valley. Dude, I'm not even close. I got the crystals. I'm going to need 2,000 more metals and 1,100 more ceramics. So, metals and ceramics. Let's see what I'm close by. Nothing. Oh, the cosplayer. I could go visit Conan O'Brien. We got a post box here. Guess the... Let's go by South Knot, because that's where I was planning on going anyway. Getting there is a pain in the ass. Gotta go through BT territory. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just avoid it.
Thanks for the help.
These guys are friends. Howdy, howdy. Okay. We're at the cosplayer's house. The cosplayer gave me the otter helmet that you see.
I'm so glad you came. You're like... I appreciate the help.
Good work.
I wonder if she gives me more costumes or something. Anyway, let's farm for some materials. I need like 1,000 more metals. I'll just load the fuck up because that's all I can do. I don't need that many more metals. We'll go with 1,400 there. Perfect. Okay. Building bridges. Let's see if I can get out of this horrific gap. Okay. This puts your true Death Stranding skills to the test, trying to get out of these gaps. Oh! I grew up on the PS2. This ain't gonna stop me. Maybe I'll have better luck if I just switch vehicles real quick. Let's do that. Yeah. There we do. Yeah, yeah, we did it. Okay. Okay. Putting my life out on a limb here to deliver materials to cosplayers in the post-apocalypse. That's the true American way. How many more do I need? I'm gonna need some more ceramics. I need 200 more metals and about 600 more. We'll go 700. So 200 metals, 700 ceramics. If there's an easier way to keep track of this shit, please let me know, because I haven't discovered it yet. Yeah. I know some of you are out there like, God damn, this game looks tedious as fuck. And it is. It really is. But I am just... There's a rhythm to it. It's got its own flow. It's got its own rhythm and flow, like the movie. No, it's damn interesting. Like, once you get into it, because you're like, well, it's kind of shitty right now. Maybe if I keep doing all these missions, it'll get better. And then it slowly does. Like, it's like, oh, okay, well, it's not that terrible. Oh, the game's getting playable now. The progression of Death Stranding is so unique. It's got a kind of Takeshi's Challenge quality to it. Like, Kojima's like, oh, yes, I'm making a bad game on purpose. But those who are patient will be rewarded. Those who learn the physics. Okay, this is a feat right here. Get me on there. I just want to go on the road. I can do this. I've done it before. Whoa! Whoa! Damn it! I've done it before. I'll do it again. Get me up there. I'm optimizing my Death Stranding run right now, okay? Go. This is peak boundary clipping right here. Get up there, Ritas. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. We did it. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the road there. So I got turned around. That's why you want to build roads, because just save yourself the headache of dealing with all that unpaved wilderness. This is Kojima's naturalist epic, okay? Nature is an uncaring, cold mistress. Too deep for you. Punk Soup, Blue Wood. Fun is a relative term. I will say that. If I could describe it, it's an acquired taste. Okay? If you want something very different and you're patient, you gotta have patience. The game is very rewarding. Very rewarding. And fun. But fun in a relative sense. Okay, so what was it, like, whatever, I don't even remember what my numbers were. I'm just gonna clean this fucker out. We'll do 800 metals, all the ceramics. We'll carry a little extra, just in case. Civilization is a beautiful thing. Oh, wait, no, that was, the guys who were after him. I don't know. Hey, Punk Soup, I have not beaten the game. I have not beaten the game. Please don't spoil anything. But yes, I know what you're saying about Metal Gear 5, the Phantom Pain. Some people are definitely taking out their frustrations with that. And once again, I guess I'm in the minority. I really like the Phantom Pain. It didn't bother me all that much that the story was unfinished. It was a fun little sandbox. It did need more time, for sure. Like, there are some areas that are like glaringly, oh, maybe they could have done more with this. Like Mother Base. Just Mother Base in general felt dead. I think they were going for a Suikoden thing and stopped halfway through. That's at least how I feel. But I did like the Phantom Pain. People were salty at Kojima, and then they loved him again because he was a victim of Konami, and now they're salty at Kojima again. Like, people love to hate this guy. And they love to love him at the same time. I've stopped listening to it all. Nobody can make up their mind. That's the only consistent thing, is like nobody can make up their mind on his entire legacy of works. We're just gonna throw out Police Knot, Snatcher, Boktai, all those great masterpieces? No, I don't think so. He's earned his place. He's earned the benefit of the doubt, as I said in my little rant video. He's a good guy. It is totally fine to enjoy things despite flaws. Yes, like, tell me what a perfect game is. I can't. Personally, I've played thousands of games in my life. I can't say that there's one game that I can say that is devoid of flaws, that was perfect in both narrative and game, and thematic style, or... I can't name like one perfect game. Would you say Mario Brothers is a perfect game? Like, perfect by whose standards? Did the director live out their vision? Did they fully realize their vision? If that's the case, well, maybe it's perfect to their standards. That's why I don't get caught up in the whole numbers bullshit, trying to assign, like, is it a 10? Is it an 8? Is it a... It's pointless. Why would you... Like, you gotta completely describe your frame of reference. Because video games are such a humongous, diverse, like, I don't even know. Like, each video game itself, like, you can't lump them together. They're unlumpable. They're such a dynamic form of entertainment. Like, more so than movies, more so than literature. They're like an what do they call that? Like an all-encompassing form of media. So I don't do that. I don't even do genre lumping. Like, oh, it's a 10 out of 10 or it's an 8 out of 10 in the same genre. Some things just defy genres, or some things are an amalgamation of multiple genres. Fuck all that noise. No thanks. I'm not trusting anyone out there calling this game a 10 out of 10. I'm not trusting anyone out there calling it a 1 out of 10. Okay? The answer is always somewhere in between. You know? With every game. How are you doing, the misanthropic one? Okay, so we built another road, but it has like a cutoff point there. So let's figure out where it connects. So it goes down to here. Oh, it leads me directly to the one I was going to work on in the first place. That's good. And that's going to connect probably down to South Knot. And I've got a lot of side quests I can do for those guys.
All clear. Welcome. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Punk Soup Blue, yeah, the game does have some pacing problems. Like, a lot of the more action bits are tucked away. They're not on full display early on. And yeah, as I said, you have to commit to it. Once you commit to this game, it rewards you very well. Okay? There's a lot of cool things it does a few chapters in. And that's what I told my friends. I was like, give it some time. Just give it some time. They think I'm just like sitting here trying to Kojima shill or shield or whatever you want to say. No, I'm not. I'm just speaking from what I know. We're going to take a cargo truck. And people are going to be like, well, is it worth $60? That I don't know. I don't know what your financial situation's like. But if I were to say no, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Also, there's options of renting games. You can still rent games. So that's kind of... I talked about that in my order video. I was like, hey, there's always sales. There's always renting. Just play it sometime. Yeah, we've exceeded the capacity of my back. None of that shit went away. Now, if this were a game that had an online pass, that you couldn't rent it, and you, like, I don't know, there was no other ways to play it, you only had to buy it, then I would have been like, okay, well, that's kind of a bad deal. But just Redbox it. Gore, I agree with you wholeheartedly. So Gore said that this game is not immediately... I applaud this game for not immediately giving you guns to take down BTs. I agree. One thing that I found that was consistent throughout all Kojima games that I've played, like Metal Gear mostly, is that he'll give you a fuck ton of gadgets, and you'll just pick them up throughout the game, but there's no real direction or training on how to use them. You just kind of experiment on your own. Here, this one eases you into it. Like, they want you to experiment with everything the game has to offer, so they slowly hand you grenades or handguns or assault rifles and stuff like that. So you're put into positions where you get to play around with the things they've created. I've played a lot of Metal Gear games like where I don't use half the gadgets available. So, yeah. It's a new way of progression. For a Kojima game, at least. How do you like the actual encounters with the BTs? I liked certain aspects of it. What I thought he was going for was emphasizing more stealth, but like as the game unfolds, stealth becomes optional. But it's really annoying in vehicles. Like when you just want to breeze through a place. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see if I can push this off the cliff here. No, I can't punch it. Ah, shit. This is what I'm talking about. Death Strandings. There we go. Okay, we jumped it out. I'm not a fan of how the vehicles control. Whatsoever. So, like right now, when you're close to BTs in a vehicle, it depletes all your battery for a second. I don't even know if I have anything that can defend against them at the moment. It's possible to dodge them in a vehicle. It just ain't easy. The BT segments are cool. There are some very tense battles and stealthy-ish segments to them. And there's some like really terrible bottlenecking. Like in the beginning of the game, there's one canyon you have to go through each time, and it bottlenecks you into a BT encounter. So like every time you gotta deliver these packages, you gotta go through BT territory, and it slows things down. Oh! Got hit! I got the wrong set of legs on right now. Oh, I got drug. Okay. So this is what I mean. Now I can usually get out of those situations, but since I just exited a vehicle, a cargo thing, it just kind of glitched out and didn't let me shake them off. And if you get to the outer ring of the circle, you can just get by the BTs and then you can kill them. So there's like 2 phases to beat, well, 3 phases. There's the ghost phase, the tar pit phase, and then the boss phase. So right now I'm in the boss phase because I got drugged. It ain't too bad, but it's just annoying. I can try and fight this guy, but it's pointless. It'll clear out the map, regardless. So if I make it to the edge here, the edge of the boundary, the area clears of all BTs for a temporary time. Which honestly isn't a bad thing. Like, it's just a small little running segment, and then you can just freely explore this area. All my stuff was in my truck, so I don't have to worry about fetching all that, but it can get very annoying. Oh yeah, and all the fish that come from the other dimension. But after you've done it for a while, you also get used to that. You're like, oh, okay, here we go again. It's not a big deal, but it's very tense your first time. Okay, what do we got going here? This only needs some ceramics. I guess I had already worked on it before. That was easy. All right. Great progress on my road building today. After this stream, I'm just going to be sitting down playing this. So I'm sharing my PlayStation 4 Pro with my girlfriend. She's playing through Atelier Ryza at the same time. So Saturday's going to be my Death Stranding day. And then Sunday I'm going to let her play Atelier Ryza. So basically, when I get off of work, I play Death Stranding. And then when she gets home from her job, which is a little later on in the day, she plays Atelier. So we're sharing my PS4 Pro at the moment because, yeah, 2 of our games came out around the same time as each other, but she is a huge fan of the Atelier series, so I think there's like 20 games in that series, and she owns all the ones that came out since I think like the PS3, since the Rorona series. So I'm not too familiar. Like I know the general mechanics of those games, but I don't personally play them. So if you're looking at my trophy list and stuff and you see all these Atelier games, it ain't coming from me. Okay, there's another one up here. I think that's our bridge connecting the cities. Ferris says, "Is your lady interested in how Ryza is so thick?" Yeah, we talked about that. I was like, "Holy shit! Look at those legs." And then there's another character with humongous tits, like the biggest I've seen, and I've seen a lot in video games, but they went all out for that one. Okay, we need about 1,000 metals and 700 ceramics, and I think I got some in the truck, so we'll scoop those. Oh yeah, I love Yoji Shinkawa. He was the best part about Left Alive. Yeah, let's drop that here. Otherwise, I'm going to tip over. Did I tell you guys that somebody was has been? I don't know how long this has been going on. I think the first documented incident that I saw was somebody was impostering me on 4chan, and not in a negative way, which is surprising. They're pretending to be me and posting my videos up on 4chan in threads, random threads. I guess they were like YouTube focus threads, like who are the YouTubers that you watch, or who are some good YouTube gaming channels. And they posted me, they posted Thor, they posted my friend Captain Psychopath. They posted a lot of my friends, so I'm wondering if it's somebody I know. But I guess the other night, somebody was pretending to be me. Like, saying it was their channel, and they were just shilling it. Like, I was shilling it, essentially. And I did not know this was going on until another YouTuber, Empty Hero, reached out to me, and he was like, he left me a really mean comment, and I've watched Empty Hero, so that's kind of like in his wheelhouse, is to like make jokes and non-serious comments and stuff like that. He just messes around. So I like reached out to him, and I was like, "Did I do something to piss you off? Like, what's going on here?" Because he just showed up on one of my videos and left me a really mean comment. I'm like, and it seemed like very personal. So I was like, what's going on here? Is this a random drive-by, or did I do something to make you mad? And he replied, "I saw you posting your stuff on 4chan." I'm like, what? For one, I never post my stuff on 4chan. That's against the rules, okay? You start posting your stuff on 4chan, you're not going to get anything positive, okay? I know what happens. I've been on 4chan since 2006. Thank you very much. You never self-promote. And two, like, I haven't been on 4chan because of Death Stranding spoilers. Like, I've just been avoiding it. And that's the honest truth. I'm kind of a terrible shiller. I don't shill my stuff enough. And that's kind of why I'm lingering around this 3,500 mark right now, which is a good spot to be. It means it's like, it's comfortable. My audience is loyal so far. They're very generous, and it's not trash yet. The Hikikomori community isn't filled with a bunch of spammers or children. Mostly children. Children kind of ruin all good communities. So anyway, I haven't been on 4chan. I'm not the one posting my channel on 4chan. If anyone claims to be me, thank you. Thank you for shilling my stuff. That's all I can say. I appreciate it. And keep up the good work, but I don't know. I think maybe it's given the wrong impression. People are thinking it's me, and it's not me. Because I'd be upfront about it. I honestly would. I got no reason to hide. I need to shill more often, is what I've been told. Like, I'm not doing this channel to, to be the most popular guy on the block. If I was, I wouldn't have the name Hikikomori Media. I just like sharing my love, professing my love of the games that I enjoy, and throwing the spotlight to somebody else. So, anyway. Well, thanks for the compliments, Los, is it Los Glitter Freeze? Los Lonely Boys? Thank you for the compliments. Yeah, and apparently I've been digging through, like, trying to find where this thread started, where the guy was impostering me, and I couldn't find it because, like, that's the nature of 4chan, like, threads are meant to be temporary, and threads are meant to be anonymous. And so I couldn't find it. But I did find, like, some old archives where somebody had recommended my channel before, so that was nice of them. I found one thread, like, where somebody on Video Game Retro, like a retro video game board, was just like, I hope this guy never gets big. And so far, his wish has come true. So, thank you for that, too. But, from my experience, like, all the hatred I get come from other YouTubers. Like, not from, like, your average Joe Blow commenter. It's other, like, really spiteful YouTubers that come by and they get mad that you made a video that they were gonna make, or they're pseudo-intellectuals that come in and they want to, like, lecture you on something. Like, I've had bigger YouTubers come in here and try and, like, fact bomb me, like, oh yes, yeah, your video, I disagree with this. In fact, this is how it really went down, or my perspective's different. Like, dude, just say hello. Start off with hello. I don't give a shit who you are. Just say hey. And if you don't like something, yeah, leave a criticism, but don't try and play this pseudo, like, you're more researched than me on a particular topic. Like, I don't care. Make your own video about it. And I'm directing that not at your random commenter. I'm directing that at these random big YouTubers that have been showing up in my comments lately. Like, I don't know, trying to shill for their own shit. I've had that happen a lot. Where they come in and, like, try and guide people in your comments section towards their videos. And most of the time their videos are shit. And I'm not saying that to have an ego, but, like, I'll make a 20-something minute video, like, where I've gone into every possible thing I could go into. And then, like, when I find out what they're trying to hawk, what they're trying to advertise, it's like a 7-minute video where they just rush through general observations of the game. I'm like, dude, if you're going to come over and flex on my channel, at least back it up. God damn. That's happened to me a couple of times. It's not just one time. It's happened to me, like, a few times. And then I have some other YouTubers who are just cool. They're like, hey, good video, man. Shout me, or work with me sometime, or they'll hit me up in DMs. And that, I guess that's like something I'd prefer. Like, if you're a big YouTuber and you want to come by, like, don't redirect traffic to your video. Just talk to me about it or something. And I guess that's why my shill game needs some work, because I need to be popping up in other people's videos, telling their commenters, just leeching off their audience and bringing them over my way. But I don't think they want that. In fact, I think they're better off with people knowing that I don't exist. And that's kind of how some YouTubers are. Like, they don't want to share in the spotlight. So they try and, like, feign ignorance. Like, I've never heard of Hikikomori. I've never heard of his channel before. Yes, I'm using clips from his channel, from his No More Heroes retrospective, but no, I will not link him in the description below. Yeah, I'm a little salty about that, but whatever. I just know how it works. It's an incestuous bunch with an ever-diminishing piece of the pie. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there today sweating with all these new policy changes, having to declare if their videos are for children or not. There's a lot of people that kind of ride that fine line between children's content, teenage, young adults, that sort of thing. There's a lot of people that ride that line, and they're sweating right now. And me, here I am in the late 20s, early 30s realm, where I've always been. Mostly male demographic. I gotta say, though, I have noticed that there's a few more females showing up, and that's cool. Because I honestly don't know how to reach... I don't know how to reach women. I know how to reach young boys, gay men, and other male gamers, but I'm having trouble reaching women. So, thanks for showing up and sticking around, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna completely pander my channel to one gender. Honestly, I'm trying to stay gender neutral at best. Like, try and make stuff that I think everyone would enjoy, not just like, you know, one particular gender. But that's not for me to decide. Okay, Punk Soup, he says it's strange that you aren't bigger. Your content might be a more obscure media, but it's quality. Like, I don't know. I think I'm really, like, tinfoil hat about it. I'm kind of on the side of people that are just like, oh, I'm getting shadow banned. Well, I feel shadow banned, but in a different way. I think there are people that have connections, like big people that have connections that, you know, they're not loud about it. They speak in whispers and hushed tones, and they warn people. They warn people about the competition, or somebody who doesn't, like, toe the company line, or, I don't know, somebody who doesn't have good shill capability. And I feel that I'm one of those guys who doesn't have good shill or sellout capability. On a scale, like on a sliding scale, I'm probably about a 3. I can't even be bothered most days to shill my own stuff, let alone a product, or work within an incestuous network of other similar like-minded YouTubers. So because I'm kind of like an outsider, people push back against that a lot. So that I think in many respects, I'm given the Freddy Krueger treatment. They know that I exist, and they know that I could haunt their nightmares at any time if they attacked me. So they won't fuck with me, but they also don't bring me up either. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's where 5 years deep into this channel, I've run into a lot of different people. From different kinds of, not just gaming YouTube communities, but other YouTube communities as well. And it's a cutthroat, dog eat dog, Caesar backstab kind of world in the YouTube gaming community. If you're not on the inside, you're on the outside, and that's okay with me. Like I'm happy to be here. But I'd also like to have, like, everyone wants to have a wider reach. I want more people to watch my videos. I put a lot of time into them. And I also want people to know that, I'm giving them my best foot forward here. Always. Always trying to do new stuff and not just get comfortable with the same old, same old. Like one of my friends was like, "Well, don't let it take over your soul. Don't let it take over your entire life." Hikikomori Media doesn't take over my entire life. I have a career outside of it that I love. I got good relationships with friends and family. I figured out my adult shit. I've kind of like got myself and my life into a good spot where it didn't used to be in a good spot. It used to be in a pretty bad spot. So I'm happy with how things are going, both on my channel and my life. I don't need to lie, beg, steal to get anywhere. I'm happy where I'm at. But at the same time, I definitely would like to see some new faces around and collab with other people and discuss concepts with other creators. Like, I've only collaborated with a few people here that I respect. But I'd like to challenge myself on a bigger project. Like, Twin Perfect has always been kind of a channel that I always respected when I started off. They were like one of my favorite YouTube channels, like a big inspiration on the channel. And I really like that unity that they had early on. And very excellent scripts where people play off of each other, solid editing, a nice running series, like something like that. I'd love to do, but collaborations are so very hard to get everyone at the same passion level on board, There's always it's like a group project, like, there's always one guy who carries the weight of everyone else. I'll get through this gap, I promise. Just give me some time. I gotta buck this Bronco in the right place, but I've got a collaboration kind of like in the works, a couple of them, but they all depend on me to get my shit together. So December, I'm kind of gonna go full steam into a new project after my Death Stranding stuff. Anyway, that's kind of like the what's going on behind the scenes right now. Just working on big projects to close out the year. So when you do end up selling out, how are you going to incorporate Ride with Norman Reedus in your vids? I mean, I guess I can take a shit and cover up my junk with a poster for his show. That's the only idea I got right now. Anyway, if you're starting out a YouTube channel, it's going to be a really tough road. It's like Death Stranding. A lot of bumps. A lot of people you meet along the way. Some good, some not so good. You got to gather materials. It's a slow, grueling progression. But if your heart's in the right place, it'll be rewarding. And you'll have a good time by the end. I think when I look back on all the videos I've made and stuff like that, I'll be pretty happy with how things went. Like, you always kind of have that scenario, like, if I die tomorrow, will I be happy with the things that I've done? Not everything, but a lot of things, yeah. I'm grabbing more materials. I'm out of Beryllium, which is this energy source in the game. So I gotta farm that real quick to finish that bridge. But in another respect, I have no one but myself to blame for burning some bridges. uh, like, I'm a very loyal friend. If we're friends, I care about you like you're like one of my family members. When you hurt, I hurt. When you have success, I feel good for you. All the stuff that comes with, you know, a very close friendship. I'm a very passionate person, but when you start doing shady shit behind my back and I don't know, being patronizing and pretending I don't exist and stuff like that, I will just cut you out of my life. I'm kind of like, fuck it. Like, I'll cut the strand. And that's partially my fault. That's just my personality. It's not a good thing. Like, I've learned to kind of grow past a lot of it and let go of grudges. I held on to them for a long time in my personal life. It seemed like there was a period in my life, like, where I thought I had it all figured out, and I knew who everyone was and who I could depend on, and then just boom, poof, one day they disappeared, or I found out that I was the third wheel, or I found out I was the odd man in the group. And so then, like, my natural reaction was like, oh, fuck you guys. See, I'll do my own thing. And then hold a grudge forever. So I'm kind of like one of those forgive but not forget guys. And that's where I've been out with a lot of bad relationships I've made on YouTube. And I'm just kind of like, I get paranoid. I'm like, okay, who's on my back today? Who's coming at me? Got to check who's in my rear view. And that's why I don't think I would do good if my channel ever got any sort of prominence to it. I think I would spill all the spaghetti. I'd have to put out an apology video. There would be a Me Too from 12 years ago, back before I started dating my girlfriend. Like, there would be some sort of like scorned ex-girlfriend or something that would come out of the woodwork. All of it would just come out at once, and then boom. It'd be the fastest cancel arc you've ever seen in your goddamn life. So, being at 3,500 subs, it's got its perks. It's got its perks for sure. We're going to cancel that delivery till we finish the bridge.
Thank you for your contribution.
All right. This is a very important bridge. The most important bridge. Carried in hands. Load it into the vehicle. While we're here, we might as well repair that because it's looking a little rough from the time fall. Gore, I've fought a lot of BTs, and I just stored the Coryllium inside of the depots. So I'm going to, like, tap those out real quick before I fight BTs. I would compare this game to Minecraft a lot. It kind of has like one of those things like where you don't necessarily have to build roads and you don't necessarily have to deliver all the packages, but it's more rewarding if you do. Like if you set your mind to something, like it's like, okay, the game's not laying out necessarily the pathway for me. I just kind of choose where I want to go, what I want to do. And that's good. All right. I think we're good to go. And we'll have a fresh new vehicle too. Gore, Sam, when he levels up, he can carry more, and depending on what skeleton, like he has an exoskeleton he can wear, depending on which one he's wearing, it also determines the amount he can carry. But you're right, let me check my gear here and see if I can fight any BTs, because yeah, I've got enough stuff. I should be able to handle some BT fights. I'll farm some Coryllium if I need to. But last night I burned through like 2 story chapters, and I think that's what I do is like I take a day, I'll do some side questing, road building, and then I'll take another day and I'll just focus on story chapters. You kind of have to limit yourself if you want to keep a good pace up in the game and actually remember what the hell's going on in the plot. And then we'll fight some BTs here in a second. This is where I got stuck last time. There. I did it. And we got some BTs in the area, too. What I need is a timefall shelter. Alright, am I on the right path? Yeah, it's like right down there, or is it here? I think it's that one. Oh shit! Oh, I ain't got a choice now. Okay, here's a little pro tip. Once you're outside of the BT circle like that, you're going to want to equip one of these grenades. And if you just stand on the outside and just bada bing, bada boom. Not much of a tip, but it's what I usually do. Okay, let's go ahead and hunt a few of them. Just so you kind of get a feel for what that's like. Whoa. Let's see, I think I got the blood guns too. Oh, he's coming. Some of them are very stubborn. They don't want to go back to the afterlife. Beautiful. Do I even have any blood bags? I don't think I do. Yeah, I got one left. Okay, okay. We'll be alright. Okay, I think that should be sufficient for the road. Dang it, I'm seeing all these crystals. Now I want to collect crystals. Hold on a second. I mean, they're just right there in the open. I can't leave them. Okay, okay. That's enough. Oh shit! The moment. Just barreling into them. Go, 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 Sam, go. You learn to navigate those pits. The more times you get stuck in them. They suck, though. We're so close. All right, back on the road. Now, in my experience, I haven't ever found a BT on the road. So I don't think it's possible to get attacked while you're on the road, which is another benefit. Don't quote me on that, though, because I'm not for certain. Nice. Let's see how far that stretches. I think that's the close connection that I've been looking for. So, this highway goes from South Knot all the way up past the little canyon there, past that little rocky area, all the way up to Lake Knot. That's a lot of road. I'm not even kidding. That's taking me days to get that amount of road. And that's like farming all the materials. That's doing all these little side deliveries, going through BT territory. It's a lot of commitment just to build roads, but it's worth it in the end. You get the likes, you get the ease of travel, and the battery charge, all that good stuff. So we are hitting the 3-hour mark here on the Cool Stream. I think it was pretty good. I had a fun time with you guys. We went on a few tangents and built a lot of roads together in our small time. I try to keep it as spoiler light as possible, so we'll go back on the full cam. Hey guys, how's it going? My voice is getting a little raspy here, so that's how I know it's time to end. I still haven't finished my Monster Energy drink. It's kind of disgusting, but it's grown on me a little bit. I'm going to be chugging water for the rest of the day. But I want to thank you all for joining me today on the Cool Stream. I'm going to put this, I'll leave it up for a week, and then I'll leave it unlisted. It'll be in the Cool Stream playlist. So if you ever want to watch past Cool Streams, or you had something to ask me or what have you, you can go check them out there. I do that for organization's sake. Let me give a shout out to all the people who are in here. Squeaky, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can watch the DVR. It's like 3 hours long. I've been at this. Let me give a shout out to everyone that I saw in here. We had a lot of people, up to like 20 people at once. That's pretty good for me. Thank you, Stratos Radio Blues, for the super chats. I appreciate that. Thank you. Louis E, shout out. Frankie for Fonseca, Chamuco, Yoko 1, 123 456, Shadowhawk 777, or Trebla TV, Mementoa, Oakland was in here. What's up, bud? I'm sorry I missed your stuff. Ben Aaron. Let's see, scrolling down. Duncan Clark. Weekend Warrior 126. How are you? Gore. Mark Rosado. Arsenal of Heroin. Pablo KM. Hey, Pablo. John Tanaka. Punk Soup Bluewood. Who am I missing? The misanthropic one, Ferris Nagatome. Is that a Steins Gate reference? And I think that's it. And Squeaky, who just showed up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me.